they will try for Ruben Diaz. That'd be a good signing. City centre-backs are weird, right? I think they're all... Have you noticed that they all go through peaks and troughs when they're regularly in the team? And there'll be times that they're in the team for 6 months or a year and you go, wow, Ruben Diaz looks great. John Stones, one of the best in the league. Oh, Kanji looks amazing. And then for no particular reason, you'll barely see him play for months. And you think, have they fallen off? I'd be quite interested to see a Ruben Diaz or a John Stones or an Akanji. I think I said Akanji. Go to a team like a Chelsea, go to a team like a Liverpool, and just be the regular centre-back for 60, 100, 120 league games on a bounce, barring injury, just to see what they're like. Because the one thing I'd say about City centre-backs is I don't feel like you get to see them regularly over multiple
You mean they're heavily rotated? Yeah.
So
if I would go, bro, they aren't that good, bro. If I would go to
City, you know who I'd buy? Akanji. That's who I'm buying.
Yeah, the only one, to be honest. Man City defenders aren't... This is the problem with Man City players. Gabriel Jesus is an example. Ferran Torres is an example. A lot of Man City players are examples, right? You can't judge them under Pep Guardiola because of the way he plays football.
No.
Guys need to understand that the players that leave Manchester City, right, they need to be assessed differently. You need experts to be able to determine if this guy is actually good or he's a product of the system that Pep plays. Because Pep is a genius. He absolutely is a genius. He protects his players by covering their flaws. He is the best in the world in this. Alex Ferguson used to be the same. John O'Shea, Wes Brown, Darren Fletcher. Alex Ferguson was phenomenal.
Whoa. What I'll say is this, though. They're squad players. John Stones and Ruben Diaz are not squad players in the same set. Listen, I love those players you mentioned. They're part of a period of my club that was just amazing. But if I'm being objective, I know for a fact that Akanji, John Stones, and Ruben Diaz are a level above those squad players you mentioned, fringe players.
I'm giving examples of how Alex Ferguson, which is why I think he's one of the greatest coaches ever, is he used to work with what he has and he used to hide the flaws of any player. Pep Guardiola, we saw Diaz sometimes get exposed with Portugal about the way they play, when they play the way they play. The thing about Man City is that because they have possession the majority of the time, their defenders sometimes don't need to defend as much. But we saw this season, when teams are playing against them, they conceded in every game bar the Chelsea game. This is why I wouldn't pay the money for a Chelsea player, for a Man City defender, in my opinion. Not even John Stones, by the way, who excels as a midfielder and a goal scorer. But I haven't seen John Stones be an amazing defender, to be honest with you. I haven't. It's just my opinion. Has been always been about Pep Guardiola.
Akanji is the one.
Akanji is the
one I watch, and I think he can succeed in any football club in the whole planet. Manuel Akanji. I think that's the guy. I trust Akanji more than Diaz.
Yeah. This here says, has anyone still hasn't learnt not yet to get anyone from City? City only lets go of players who are on the way down. There is an element of truth to that. I mean, typically speaking, Barcelona do the same thing. Typically speaking, typically speaking, Bayern Munich do the same thing with anomalies. You know, Ryan Gravenberch could be an anomaly. But there's a difference here. What we're not talking about, I mean, they didn't let Carl Palmer weren't on his way down, was he? But there are examples of where that isn't the case. But I think we're not talking about taking someone that City want to get rid of. We're talking about, could they go to City and take a player away that City want to keep? Again, my answer is always the same. Pay the right money and offer the right salary to turn a player's head, and it's doable. It's my view on football players is like my view of most things in life. Nearly everything that's a commodity, and I'm not saying that the human being element of a footballer isn't a commodity. I'm talking about his skill set. Everything that is a commodity is for sale at the right price. There is nothing in the world that is not for sale. No commodity in the world that is not for sale at the right price. You know, think about all the things you own that you wouldn't sell. If someone offered you enough money, you'd say yes. There's an upper limit to that. And I said commodity. I don't mean, you know, a sentimental brooch that your mother gave you that you cherish. Having said that, if somebody offered you £100 million, you might go, thanks, mum. Right? You might, right? Everyone's different. This here says 100%, Terry, if we get top four, I think the summer will be very interesting. Be the first time we have a new structure non-Todd B, and I think we would go big and get those few players needed. From making a hit list like John Wick to on your knees asking for forgiveness is mad. You won. Be shameless. I need sleeveless Hassan back.
Maybe it's because it's the winter, Frankie Fast Hands. You got me? I made the list and I said if we win by 1 goal, I'm gonna say, yo, I was wrong. Listen, what I saw,
that's what he meant. I was so thrown by the list. That's what he meant. I was like, what's he talking about? Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, remember the list? We have a saying in Arabic, مش راح أكذب عيني, which means I'm not gonna say that my eyes are lying to me. What I saw on that pitch is a team that's very good, and that's a team that's can get top 4. I'm sorry, I can't lie to the audience.
People keep saying this to me, who the hell is Kyle Palmer? I don't say Kyle, I say Kyle, but it's my accent. Like if I'm saying Kyle, I say Kyle. When I say Cole, all right, it's my accent. You're kind of mixing up the sounds, like Cole Palmer. It's like the abbreviation of Terry. My name is Tell. But as a Southerner, we say tell. There's no W in it. It's how we talk. We go tell. The home I live in, I don't call a house. I call it an house. Like with a capital A, house. Horses, we say horses, right? It's an accent, my bro. So I don't say Kyle Palmer. I'm saying Cole Palmer. It's just how my voice sounds. That's all it is, bro. Let's swiftly move on. Mentioning Saliba as a top 3 centre-back in the world, but he is not world-class.
Yes, and there are a lack. You know what it is? This is something. There is a lack of world-class talent in world football right now. This has nothing to do with just centre backs. Can you name me 5 world-class left backs? No, you can't. Can you name me 5 world-class right backs? No, you can't. Can you name me 5 world-class DMs? You probably will struggle after 3 or 4. The truth of the matter is there isn't that many amazing players. And the world class can't be just thrown around because Van Dijk and Saliba aren't on the same level. Van Dijk, Rudiger, you can say are on the same level. Not Van Dijk, Saliba. You get what I'm saying?
Arsenal fans think Saliba is better than Van Dijk, actually. Some Arsenal fans think Saliba is better than Van Dijk.
I'd sign Saliba over Van Dijk because of age. But
to
say that, yes, but on a level, I don't see Van Dijk as clear of him anymore in terms of there isn't clear blue water between the two. Van Dijk has experience over him, and experience is important, but they're very close to each other's levels at this particular moment.
Yeah, but like if Van Dijk is A-star level, Saliba's A. That's not an insult.
Yeah, but you were saying different. I don't think an A and an A-star are completely different levels of
A-star is the world-class level, so he's...
Yeah, okay, but when someone says on a different level, if I think about someone getting a grade at school, I think A-star, B-. You're talking different levels there.
I'm not going again, that far. No.
But that's the thing with our words, because what you say it, and in your head you might think A to A-star, but the way you say it, I might think, okay, now you're comparing an A-star and a C, and that's why it's important to have the conversation.
Yeah, that's why I put something out there. I don't think Saliba is gonna catch Van Dijk within the next 3 years. Like if I have again, I'm gonna repeat the same thing I said before about Salah and Madueke. Let me put it.
Catch him how?
Level wise, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay. If my club tomorrow has a 3-year contract on the table, 3-year contract only on the table, and you offer me Saliba or Van Dijk, I'm giving Van Dijk the 3-year contract. For the next 3 years, if I'm signing a center back for my club, I'm signing Van Dijk.
Especially
maybe later.
In Italy, I get it. In Italy, it's slower. It's
even
not
in
physical,
England, by the way.
It's not as intense. Well, you can't give that opinion. You don't support an English team. You don't know.
Ask Sam then. Maybe ask Sam. He supports an English team.
Well, he's biased. Of course, he's going to say Van Dijk.
I'd give Van Dijk. I'd give Van Dijk the 3-year contract.
That's it. By the way, I don't think people realize how good Van Dijk is.
I know how good he is.
He's a centre back. He can definitely play 3 years.
The way that modern. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I watched Inter Milan at Cherby, who's 38, was probably their best performing centre back in the Champions League final. I refuse to believe in modern football with sports science, with the way that football operates now, nutrition, everything, that as soon as a player hits 30, like 2, they're done. I don't believe that. I don't believe that whatsoever.
I get that point. And again, I've never played Van Dijk down. I've bantered on occasions, but I've always said for probably the last 5 years consistently, the best centre-back in the world. I still stand by that. However, I wouldn't still take the risk. You are right, he might go on to be 38. But there's equally the risk that in 18 months, his body goes, no, bruv, and slows down. I would still go for the younger centre back because I believe there is more chance of it. You saw when Casemiro joined Man United, and I know we've not been in a great space. That first season, we all thought, oh, he's well worth the money. A year later, the guy's he could barely move, and we have sports scientists. So I'm not slagging Van Dijk off. I would just go for the younger model at this stage of their careers. But if Van Dijk was 3 or 4 years younger, I'm picking Van Dijk every time. So age is a big factor in this for me. This super chat here says, just hit the like button. Thank you, Luke Skywalker. Yes, Terry, everything is right. Terry is right. Everything is for sale. Even Lucky Gold Star is for sale as well. I don't know what that means.
Is that the name of your dog or something?
No, my dog's called Rocky.
Oh, maybe he thinks Rocky is lucky.
Maybe. I don't quite know what it means. But yes, every commodity is for sale at the right price. I wouldn't sell my dog, but if I always go, no, I wouldn't do that for anything. But no one's ever come to you with £3 million in a suitcase and goes, give me a dog. Like you might decide, like, that's true. No one does it. Like, I don't know. Did you guys ever do this at school? At school, we played this game where we'd be like, if someone gave you £500,000, would you punch that old man in the face across the street? And everybody would be like, no, to look good. But the reality is, I'd like to think I'd say no. But if you genuinely had £500,000 or £1 million or £2 million of cash in front of you, you might find your reaction is different in reality to the theory of it. So you don't ever know.
Old man, here's 100 grand. I will punch you in the face.
But this is the thing. I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm not going to categorically say there's no chance that if the money was really there. We've seen celebrities, right? When money gets involved, the shit they do, the shit they don't do, the shit they don't say, the things they cover up, right? Money changes people in that regard. So I've never been lucky enough to have that kind of money, but there we go.